What's up, Virgo? This is Jessica with Whispers of Grace Healing. I am here today to do your December 2019 general reading. This is going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's go ahead and see what laid out on the ground here. Excuse me. I'm back. I promise. Hey, Brooke. So, few messages right there, but to that in a second. Actually, no, they're saying do it before you forget. Okay, so there might be things that just made you feel like you laid it flat out on the floor. Okay, these were probably the times that you were really lost, confused, and didn't know how to get back up. Might even felt like a thorn in your side type of thing. Hey, Christina G. So just take that in consideration before we get into these messages. But my normal spiel, okay, yes, I am in moving attire, so please excuse me, but it is what it is. I told y'all getting all of me, okay? I ain't hiding shit. So if you resonate with me, my energy, or these messages, make sure to give this a thumbs up, share with your friends, drop me a comment, let me know how it resonates with you, and I wish you all the best of luck. By the way, I will be moving December 2nd, so I'm taking the whole first week of December off. So I won't be doing any private readings, just so I can get situated and make sure Mama Joe's good. But with that being said, if anyone does need to email me, please be patient with the process and wish me luck, guys, because I wish you luck. Now, is there anything else I'm missing? Okay, so what we're focusing on, what past event is affecting your present and your future, Virgo? We are focusing on what the event was, what did it take from you, because, you know, a lot of these situations, I'm already getting some, throat action here. So it could be communication issues, not being able to speak up for yourself. Maybe there might be things where you just have a hard time communicating what it is that you need. But, um, you know, usually these events take something from us. They block us in some way. So what is the lesson in all of it? How is it helping you expand your heart? And what will your future look like after you release these traumas? What up, Daddy G? All right, guys. So what do we have going on? Okay. Interesting. So, and keep in mind, guys, these are general readings. It may not apply to everyone, but also keep in mind that this could have to do with either this current life or past life. It is a thing. Okay. So, even if the overall situation that I start channeling doesn't make sense, but you have some of the issues that come with it, then please, think about outside the box and understand it could be coming from a past life. Okay. So, duality, Virgo. Okay. First off, foremost, duality, male female card. So, this can mean a couple different things. You could have either a good balance between the two. Maybe you're a male in this life that tends to have more feminine qualities, or you could be a feminine or female that has more masculine qualities. You could also have, I feel like a lot of you have always questioned, what would it be like to be the opposite sex? Okay. There's this curiosity. Some of you also feel like, maybe I wasn't meant to be a woman or a man in this life. And there's like this, not really questioning a binary gender, right? Like, you understand people who are transgender or, part of the, LBQ, like, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you understand that love is love. And, maybe you've always been, some of you could even be attracted to the same sex, these kind of things. Doesn't mean you've ever acted on it, but listen, we all have our thing, okay? There is no judgment here, trust me. But anyway, with the communal living being here, it kind of feels like a lot of you are used to growing up in like living with a big family or wanting a big family. A lot of you are like have this, either are used to it or have this dream of just living in one big community where each person has their role, and we all kind of help each other out, that kind of but I do feel like this is something that you probably either experienced as a child, or maybe you had a child in this kind of environment. But with the knighthood, I feel like a lot of you stayed in these kind of situations in order to protect children, or feeling like having a big family or a big community around your children is very helpful, because it takes a village to raise a child. That might be something that's always been said in your life. These kind of things. But I also feel like some of you might be an only child and was always like hoping for more siblings, or being closer around like bigger groups of people. Some of you kind of feel like you're isolated and just like to be around people. Trying to pick up as many messages as I can. Some of you also might kind of feel that due to certain circumstances, and I feel like this is kind of going towards anyone who grew up in a single family, like not a single parent home. So whether you grew up with your father or your mother, it's like they kind of bashed the other sex. So if you grew up with your father and they were still really hurt and bitter over your mom leaving or marrying someone else, that kind of thing, and they bashed your mom your entire life, and then you grew up with issues around women, and vice versa, these kind of things. There's seems to be kind of a mistrust, like turning your back on the opposite sex and not really allowing the opposite sex to really get to know you, to see you, these kind of things. It makes you feel vulnerable and guarded, especially if you might live in a big city, and you have a lot of, a lot more to choose from, and everyone starts pawing at you, and you're like, get your fucking hands off. Okay, so those are just a couple different ways to take this, right? What's on the bottom? So then we also have unrequited love, spirituality and religion, high priestess, lessons and blessings, scribe or writer, and trust and faith. Okay. We also have ships and love life. So a lot of you could feel, let me get through this storyline and then we'll go back to that. Okay. So I feel like, for the most part, either you have witnessed, or the way that you interact with your relationships is you're used to giving more than you are used to receiving, or vice versa, whatever. I feel like you run into a lot of people who don't share your same vision or belief system when it comes to spirituality and religion. And spirituality or religion has always kind of scared you, because you always felt like you had this deeper sense of wisdom or this ability. You might always been drawn to like magic and things that are in the metaphysical that most people don't believe. You've always been like a very intuitive, empathic person, right? And I feel like the majority of you have really accepted this truth about you, but it ends because of certain things in the past. You end up finding people who tend to take care or take advantage of your kindness and of your heart. And that's part of the lessons and blessings. It's realizing, and some of you, this actually came out on another reading, but the pocket watch. Okay. Some of you could feel like everything's part of divine timing. And, some of you might feel like there's a clock. There is a clock going, guys. Time is a ticking, but this is one of those things where you have to remember that every circumstance you find yourself in is usually a lesson. There's something always, no matter how you look at it, whatever the outcome is, you're always learning something from this, right? Even if it is hard, if it is trialing, if it is traumatic, there's always a blessing on the other side, right? No matter what lesson you learn, it gives you some sort of insight about your powers, about your abilities, and about your belief systems. I feel like a lot of you might have issues stemming from your father, maybe not giving you, distorted masculine. That's what it feels like. Some of you could have issues from a distorted masculine father who, most people say wrapped around your finger, right? But that's not the feeling that I'm getting. Either your father or you could have a pull to write about your experiences, or some of you could be like in-depth readers about growing up in a dysfunctional family, self-help books, these kind of things. But I feel like that's all you wanted, was for your daddy to teach you things and to be there for you and be able to count on them. And now it's coming to that point of realizing your truth and realizing and accepting your belief systems. Now some of you are getting the feeling or compelled to write about your experiences, to document your experiences. And some of you, it's actually a really good release for you when it comes to this situation. Even if it's not a father, it could be just a masculine figure in your life. But with trust and faith here, it's like, no matter what your experience was, especially if it is a distorted masculine energy in your life that you're having a hard time, feeling that comfort and security from this man, or masculine energy, it's having it's led you to trust and faith, because even with the the energy that I'm feeling, it has led you to who you truly are, and you had to have trust and faith in this process. But it is definitely affecting your relationships and or love life. So let's no, wrong one. Thank you. All right. So what did this first event take from you, Virgo? The one about the big families or feeling guarded and vulnerable with the opposite sex, all that fun stuff that we just went over, because it's been 13 minutes. So there's quite a bit there. So just take whatever messages resonate with you most, All right. So now, what did this other event with the father figure take from them? Quite a bit. All right. So first one, ascension. Okay. So this first circumstance that we're picking up on, feeling guarded towards your vulnerability, and whatever this situation really did to you, it severely affected your ascension rate. So some of you could be feeling like, I am late in life, okay, to be waking up. That's kind of what I'm getting from here. It has taken me forever to get here, to become aware of myself and my beliefs, and how much all this shit that I've been holding on to has really affected my growth, and those kind of things. It made you miss out on opportunities to heal yourself, because you were holding on to this idea about your future, or, being so guarded that if the door opened for you, you were like swatting at cobwebs, like, nah, there's spiders and there's creepy things, and, there's like, you just didn't want to walk through the door, so you found any excuse not to, because you were guarded. Okay? It was hard for you to see the light after these situations. It's hard for you to see the future, is what I'm hearing. Okay? So in the second circumstance, we have a door to the inner calling, releasing joy in the here and now. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this does tie into what I was just talking about, a door to the infinite. It's like realizing that, this is what it's taking from you. So you felt like doors were closed in your face. You're not seeing the fact that ascension is not a straight line. It is not a staircase that goes straight up. It's more like a spiral staircase where you don't really see around the corner, but each step you take, you're getting closer and closer to your goal. It's hard for you to see where you are right now and how far you've come, because you're so focused on what's ahead of you that you're not seeing the progress that is being made. It also made you kind of doubt your inner calling, what your heart is asking you to go towards, because you don't feel like you have the support behind you in order to make it happen. Okay. It really made you question, can I do what I love to do and I'm passionate about and survive and make something in this world? Because a lot of people have told me I can't, but that's not how the way the world works. Of course it can work like that. You just got to believe it can, right? Especially when it comes to writing or being a scribe. Like, if you want to write a book, if you want to write an article, you want to, like my friend Dewey and Ellie, starting their own blog, like, you just do it. This stuff that you're holding on to is keeping you from releasing other traumas. It's going to be like a domino effect. Once you release the stuff about the masculine, distorted masculine figure that I'm picking up on, and the vulnerability and the animosity towards the other sex or the same sex, whatever it is. But if you find yourself feeling really judgmental or critical of either your same sex or the opposite sex, then that applies to you, is all I'm saying. Okay. But it is keeping you from freeing your heart. It's again, realizing that you've already climbed out damn craters and that you're on top of a peak where you can see as far as the eye can see, that you've already accomplished so many turmoiling events in your life, and yet you're still here. You're still standing, right? It took joy from your life. It took the fun out of life. It took the adventure out of life, because it kept you focused either on the past or the future, and you have a really hard time being fully present. Okay, what is happening right now, right this second? And they're actually telling me to tell you the best way to bring mindfulness. Like, mindfulness is everything. When I feel that I am way outside of myself and I'm focused on too much, I will start, hey Sheila, I will start at my very toes. I will bring awareness to my toes, focus on my breathing, bring that energy right to the soles of my feet, and work my way up. And each breath, I focus on my body. I focus inward. Bring mindfulness to right now. That is a great lesson for you. Okay. So what's the actual lesson then? What is the actual lesson for this first event? Virgo got it all going on. Focus and then act. And look at this. Look at that. Will you just look at it? Virgo. All right, what's the lesson for this other one then? Good, Sheila. Glad to hear that, honey. No, we ain't doing all that. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. All right. So, your first lesson is focus and then act. You know what? Just in case y'all didn't see this, I'm holding both up because this is you being guarded. Okay. So think about any area of your life that you feel guarded. Okay. There is something you want or need to make manifest, but to make your dreams a reality, you must focus your will upon the desire and do what needs to be done. Prayer alone will not give you that which you desire. There are things that you must do in order to have your hopes realized. Now is not the time for stillness or passivity. Now is the time to focus your will, your thoughts, and emotions, and to get up and take the necessary steps. So, what areas of your life are you hoping to manifest? And are you just sitting around praying it comes around, but you ain't leaving your house besides going to work? Right? If you want a dream, you will be led to the necessary steps it takes to make shit happen. It is up to you to make inspired choices. Okay? Hey, girl, yeah, I had a great Thanksgiving. But yes, this is not just about praying, like hoping that you're going to have this big family or, that praying that you can be vulnerable with other people, that you can open your heart, but you're not taking any necessary steps to do so. This is where Virgo is getting caught up. It's not enough to pray. You have to take the necessary steps in order to make things happen. So if you are guarded towards anyone or anything, or your goals, your dreams, right? Any self-limiting beliefs, start taking off the armor one by one. Take off your helmet so you can receive messages from spirit clearly. Open your crown, open your mind's eye, open your throat. Speak up for what you want and need in this life. See the actions and the opportunities right in front of you again, the doorways. And trust in yourself that your heart knows the way, Virgo. And when you get to that point of being in the here and now, you will see the doors open up right in front of you, and you will have the courage to take a jab at whatever life throws at you. Okay? So then on this other one, which makes a lot of sense too, nurture all that you love. Okay? So even if someone can't show up in your life, they could be a parent, or a sibling or something that you looked up to that wasn't all that great, okay? But you still have a lot of love for them, okay? Take the time to nurture the things you care about so that they may flourish and grow. Your hopes, your dreams, your body, your mind, your spirit, your creations, and your relationships, all that is you needs to be cherished, loved, honored, and respected. Without care and attention, these aspects of self can fall into a state of neglect that does not only harm to you, but the world around you. Nurture them and they will bring you peace and fulfillment. So again, all these doors opening up for you, love, opportunities within your career, success, going after your dreams, writing that damn book, whatever it is that you care about, Virgo, you can accomplish it. Okay? This is your time. This is your time. All right. So let's see how these situations are helping you expand your heart. Let me get one card on this, please. Okay. And one on that. No, I said one. Okay, take top one. Okay. So how are these situations expanding your heart? 26. And what was the other one? 76. So 26 and 76. Not interesting. 26. 26 and 76. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. There we go. First one, Black Madonna. For millennia, the body, the earth, all forms of matter have been devalued and misunderstood. The dark has been so vilified, yet all life emerges from the pitch black womb. The darkness is potential. It is the crucial and elemental stage we must all go through to create new or more life. The Black Madonna is the emblem of deep wisdom, the profound consciousness that is inherent in all things. All living and created things are energy. The body has wisdom. The earth has wisdom. And the pain we experience as human contains deep wisdom. When we are in the fires of suffering, it can be difficult to trust that gold is being forged. It can be hard to trust when we are in terrific pain that there is a process at work and will make us more authentic, more alive, and more infinitely freer. It can be almost impossible to accept or notice the presence of the divine when we are at our most human. The Black Madonna is the cauldron that holds us steadfastly as we endure the alchemy of integrating more soul into our existence. She is the promise that what doesn't survive the fires of suffering was never meant for us. And she is the presence that is there with us even when we might feel the most alone, reminding us that there is no darkness we can enter without being met by love. Wow, that's beautiful. And then the goddess of devotion. What is soft, gentle, and nurturing like water can be far more powerful than what is inflexible and fierce. The energy of this mountain goddess is about the strength we can give and receive when we devote ourselves to the healthy bonds of love. Pavarti is about the divine feminine potency of being a calm, benevolent presence, especially when something seems to threaten a deeply meaningful relationship. Transformation with this goddess calls for a softening. When a situation is hard, even painful, Pavarti is suggesting that you allow your fist to unfold. Open and release what is clenched in fear or stress. Remember that your love is a mountain that cannot be moved, and that this bond between you is holy. No human hands or words can ever break it. The answer of what's next or highest for you can be found through the subtler act of simply abiding, not reacting, not running, not hiding. A deep reservoir of power can surge up from within us when we choose to remain present, letting devotion inhabit us in the moments when our ego has typically fled, infuses us with the capacity to transform all of our relationships. Devotion is not attachment. It's letting go of the illusion that you and this lover, this friend, this child or family member, this soul within you can ever really be separate from you. So remembering that this soul within you can never really be separate from you. Sorry, that is a total misprint. Devotion brings us home to the point and purpose of every relationship, love. A love that can never leave, and that, like a mountain, can never move. A love that evolves the soul. Okay? So Again, being present, allowing yourself to not react and to blame and judge and criticize because someone couldn't give enough to you. Don't be angry, just allow. Okay. So let's see what happens. What is their future going to look like when they release all this stuff? On the bottom, we got the Magician. That is you. Okay. You have the desire and the power to manifest anything that you want, Virgo. Okay. Can also represent Gemini here. So, especially if this is affecting certain aspects within either one of those signs, pay attention. Okay. But we do have the Five of Wands, which does talk about conflict. And this is what we were talking about. All of this is leading up to that, right? The conflicts within life. Okay. Sometimes it can be an internal conflict, especially when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune, to your fate, to your destiny, releasing yourselves from the bondage that you have created in order to protect yourself is now being washed away so that you can move forward. Okay? So that you can say, I'm tired of living in this fucking turmoil. I'm tired of living in this disruption. I don't want my emotions to be all over the place. I need some solid ground. Okay? Choosing to move forward, following or leading, being with the people that mean most to you and that you feel can help support you on the journey that you're about to embark on. Okay. Also, knowing that you have a choice. Yes, all the people that you come across are, especially if you are a strong empath, light worker, all these meetings, all these people that cross your path are no fucking happenstance. It is not just circumstantial. These are divine meetings, all for a reason. They were all placed in your path for whatever the lesson was, okay? And yes, you got blessings out of those too, so don't even lie to yourself. But it is now up to you to decide who stays and who goes. Who do you let in? You have the power to say no. You have the power to walk away, or you have the power to say, my door is fucking open. Just make sure you wipe your feet before you come in. Okay? Four of Cups. Quit focusing on the past and quit thinking that things are going to, keep repeating themselves. And if the fucking water tastes sour, pour it out. If it's full of nutrients and tastes like fucking divine Gaia, then drink it up. You see what I'm saying? Align yourself with people who nourish your soul, that understand who you are, what you are, and why you do it. And if anyone tries to tell you differently and they can't see how fucking amazing you are, Virgo, then pour that shit out and refill your cup and start over, right? Because when you allow the people who are not in alignment with your soul to gently move on, we're not telling them, fuck you, get out, okay? No, I'm good. You move on. I'm moving this way. We're going to do what we do, right? But it's giving yourself the power back to say, I know what I want to be in alignment with. And if anything is less than that, then I am going to move on with my life. If it tastes sour, I'm not drinking it. Are you going to drink sour milk and be like, oh, no, this is fine? No, don't do it, Virgo. Right? Go with the things that make your heart and soul sing with joy, to say, I am glad that I know this person. I'm glad that I have this person in my life. I am so thankful that the divine brought this person in my life. I'm so glad that I chose you, right? Making that choice and taking on the world together. releasing the burdens and realizing that when you align with the right people, there are going to be people who can carry the load of mission with you. Your soul tribe is coming in. All right. So, hope these messages resonate. Spirit is being sassy today. I can't help it. All right. So, that's all I have for you, Virgo. I hope that these messages resonate with you some way, somehow. And if you like what you hear, then make sure you like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment. Let me know how it resonates with you. I love reading your comments, so thank you. Thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel, whether it is through private readings, donations, just commenting and liking and sharing. You know I love you guys. All of it means something to me. Every single bit of it. And every one of you with the videos, you mean something. You are important to me in this channel and to Spirit's mission. So please take care of yourselves. And I wish you all the very best of luck. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.